Hi everyone, welcome to Dumbbell Strength. My name is Amber Lankford and I'll be running you through your workout today. For today's Dumbbell Strength class, we are going to be doing superset. For our supersets today, it's going to be similar to what we did last week, but we are going to be grouping body parts, so upper body, lower body, and our trunk together. But this time, we're going to be working opposing muscle groups within those upper body, lower, and trunk sections. We're going to do 4 rounds of each superset as well today. Let's go ahead and get started. If you'd like to track today's workout, now is your time to press start on that fitness watch. And let's begin with a little bit of a warm-up. Legs are going to be about shoulder width apart. We're going to start first with some arm swings, crossing in front, opening in the back, keeping those arms straight. Feeling that chest open as you pull those arms back. You can also feel free to alternate that top arm. Let's do one more arm swing. Going into some reaches, we're going to take that right arm, right leg, reaching up and out, making a diagonal line. Closing in, and then reaching up and out with that left side, alternating side to side, trying to get as much reach, as much length through our arm and leg as you can. If you'd like, you can keep both feet on the ground and just alternate side to side, doing a little bit of a diagonal reach with just your arms. Let's do one more to each side. Keeping that same movement with our legs, we're now going to reach and twist horizontal with our arms. Still working, same arm, same leg at the same time, or keeping those feet planted, you can just reach and twist horizontal. Let's do one more, each side, widening that stance. We're gonna go into our T reaches. Legs are straight, feet are forward, arms out to your T. We're gonna take that right hand, bending at the waist, reach, doing our best to tap that opposite foot, and then switching sides. You should feel a good stretch down the back of your legs here. Let's do one more to each side. And then last little warm-up exercise. We're doing our hip gate openers. Taking that right leg, you're going to lift that knee up, circling around, and then circling out and in, alternating side to side, circle out and in. You can keep your foot on the ground and just open and close, working on those hip rotators, getting them nice and warmed up and ready for the day. Let's do one more to each side. Relaxing out of that, we are going to get started with superset number 1. For our first superset, we are going to be standing. For our second one, we're going to be on the ground. Same with that third superset as well. So for our first one, we're starting with our lower body. We're going to be working one exercise, working the quads. Next exercise, working the hamstrings and glutes, opposing muscle groups. So we're going to start with exercise 1 is a wall sit. I'll demonstrate first, give you a few variations. If you have a wall, I would like you to make your way over to it. We're going to do this exercise for time. For our wall sit, you're going to make sure that your back is pressing flat against the wall Walking those feet out, I want your legs to be about hip to shoulder width apart. You're gonna slowly slide down the wall, doing your best to try to get to a 90-degree angle so your hips are in line with your knees. Knees are stacked right over those ankles. You're just gonna hold here for 1 minute. If you want to increase the intensity, you can grab a weight and place that weight right on your thighs. If you do not have a wall, all you're gonna do is get into a squat position and hold that squat position for that 1 minute, 60 seconds. Let's go ahead and get started. Grab a weight if you're gonna use a weight. And we are going to start in just 5 seconds. So starting in 3, 2, 1, here we go. Sinking down into that wall sit. The lower you are, the more challenging this is. We have 45 more seconds to go. Allowing those hands to rest on your thighs. If you're holding that squat, make sure that your back is nice and flat. We are officially over halfway now. We have 20 more seconds to go. If you need to, you can move up on that wall, sitting a little bit higher up. Otherwise, we're almost there. We have 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Coming on out of that wall sit. Making your way back to your yoga mats if you'd like. We are going to move on and work the back of our thighs now. So we just worked the front. Now we're gonna work the back. We're gonna do some good mornings. For our good mornings, you can use 2 light to medium weights or 1 little bit heavier weight as well. For our stance, we're gonna have our legs right underneath those hips. Feet are facing forward. For this exercise, there's a couple different ways we can hold on to our weight. We can, if we have 2 weights, hold them up, resting them on our shoulders. From here, we're gonna have just a soft, slight knee bend. We're going to bend at the waist, lowering that chest down, sending those hips back, standing tall. Making sure that we're only bending at the waist, keeping that back nice and flat. You can also take just that single dumbbell and hold in front of your chest like a goblet, or you can hold it back behind your shoulders, right above that neck as well. That last position is a little bit harder to get into, so I would not recommend it if you have any shoulder irritation. But we're going to be doing 10 repetitions of these ones. So grab your weight or weights. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Bending at the waist, sending those hips back. Keeping that back nice and flat. Pushing up through those heels to stand tall. You should feel that stretch in your hamstrings. Using that stretch to contract and stand. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Feel free to set those weights down, shake it out, take a little breather. We're gonna give it about 45 seconds, and then we're starting back to the top with our 1 minute wall sit. We're going to be doing 4 rounds in total of these 2 exercises, and then we'll move on to our next superset. During your rest break, you can feel free to grab water, move about your space, or just get ready for that next exercise. Whatever you need to do to be prepped and ready. I'm gonna make my way over to the wall. Just as a reminder, If you'd like, you can also just do a squat hold instead of a wall sit. We're gonna start in just 10 seconds. So grab a weight. If you're adding that weight, we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Here we go, sliding down that wall. Trying to get to that nice 90-degree angle. I let my feet go a little bit too far out. So our knees are stacked right over those ankles. Hips are in a line with our knees, allowing a little bit of space between those legs. Pressing that back into the wall. You can also kind of work on that posture, so pulling those shoulders down away from your ears. We have 30 more seconds. So we're already over halfway. Almost there. 20 more seconds. Keep breathing, keep holding. 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Standing up off that wall. Shaking it out. Little breather, about 20 seconds. And then we're going back into our good mornings. Once again, with the good mornings, you can use 1 or 2 dumbbells, holding the weight at our shoulders, in front of our chest, or back behind our neck. All right, legs should be about hip to shoulder width apart, keeping that soft knee bend. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Here we go, sending those hips back, keeping that back flat. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, over halfway. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Set those weights down, take your breather, 45 seconds, and then back to round 3 with our wall sit. Shake those legs out, feel free. Maybe do some butt kickers. Stretching those quads out before we work them. Maybe your hips are feeling a little tight. Do a few stationary side lunges. Otherwise, grab your weight if you're using it. Make your way over to the wall. We are going to start in 10 seconds. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Sliding down that wall, getting in position. If you're using that weight, letting that weight rest on your leg. We're almost done with the superset. Over halfway now. Keep pushing. Almost there. We are officially over halfway. 25 more seconds to go. Make sure that back stays pressed into the wall. Almost done. 10 more seconds. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come on out of that wall sit. Give those legs a little shake, a little breather. Going into our good mornings once again. Give it about 15 more seconds. So now's your time. Grab some water real quick before we get started. Otherwise, you can grab your weights, get in position. We're gonna start in 5, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Bending at the waist, reaching those hips back, and up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2 more, 9, and 10. Set those weights down, grab water. We have one more round to go, and then we're going to move on to 2 upper body exercises. For the upper body exercises today, we're going to be on the ground. You can do both these exercises standing as well, but our third superset is also on the ground, so you will be making your way down there eventually. So you do have a little bit of time if you need to grab either like a cushion, pillow, folded up towel, blanket, or just your yoga mat. Otherwise, we're gonna start with round 4, last round for lower body. We'll give it another 15 seconds and then we'll get started. Get in position. We're gonna start in 5, 3, 2, 1, and go. Sliding down that wall. Or moving into that squat hold. This is the last time you're doing wall sets today. Or at least the last time I'll be telling you we're doing wall sits. Maybe you just love them so much you're gonna add them in yourself. Keep breathing. We are officially halfway. 30 more seconds to go. Embrace the burn and breathe through it. We have 15 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And come on up out of that. Shake the legs out. One last lower body exercise. 15 seconds to get ready. Otherwise, you can grab both weights and get in position. Legs should be right underneath the hips or the shoulders. Soft knees. We're gonna start in 5, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Last round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more here. And 10. Great job. Feel free to set those weights down for our next 2 exercises. Like I mentioned, we are going to be on the ground. If you'd like, you can do both of these exercises standing. But what we're going to do is a seated single arm press and a alternating reverse fly on all fours. So since we'll be in that all fours position, you may need that extra cushion for underneath your knees. For weights, I'm going to be using a little more of like a light to medium and a light pair of dumbbells. First exercise, we're going to be seated. For our seated position, you can sit with your legs straight out in front of you. You can also be in a little bit more of a straddle position as well. Whatever is most comfortable in that seated position. The main thing we're focusing on here is our posture. So we want to be sitting up nice and tall. We want to, from the side, be in a straight line from the top of our head all the way to that tailbone. So our core is engaged, rib cage is pulling in towards our belly button's pulling in towards our spine. We are going to be doing a single arm press. So for this round, we're going to be alternating between a push and a pull exercise for the upper body. For our push exercise, we're going to do a single arm shoulder press. So we're going to start with that arm right, that hand right above that shoulder. Our free hand can be out to the side, resting on the ground. Maybe you want to feel if that core is engaged, you can rest on your stomach. Wherever you like. From here, you're going to press directly up to the ceiling and down. We're going to keep that arm in more of a neutral grip, so our palm is facing our face. We're going to do 10 one side and then switch, 10 on the other. So this exercise can be done standing as well. Grab those weights. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1, side 1, pressing overhead, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch inside. In 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job. Relax out of that. Feel free to grab your water. Next exercise, we're moving on to our pull exercise. This is our alternating reverse fly. So for our alternating reverse fly, I am going to be using 2 lighter dumbbells. For this exercise, we're going to make sure our hips stay stacked over our knees, shoulders are going to be right over our wrists. We are going to keep that back nice and flat here. We're going to take one arm and we're going to bring it out to a T, really feeling that shoulder blade pull in towards your spine, and switch. For this exercise, we're keeping a soft elbow. So notice how my hands do not lift up past that midline or my shoulders. We're going to do 10 to each side. So get ready, get in position. You can also do this standing in a bent over position as well. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. And switch, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Great work. Shake it out, set those weights down and off to the side. We are going to give it just a little bit of a breather. And then we're going to go into round 2. Same thing, starting with our single arm overhead press, 10 repetitions. You can feel free to shake those arms out. Maybe stretch those shoulders if they're feeling a little tight. We'll give it about 15 more seconds, and then we'll get started with round 2. That's your last chance for water. Making sure we're sitting up nice and tall. Grab that weight. Get ready. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switching sides in 3, 2, 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Moving back on to our alternating reverse fly. In that all fours for quadruped position. So take your time, flipping over, shaking those arms out. You can feel free to get those weights in position, because we're gonna get started in just 10 seconds. Starting in 3, 2, 1, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, over halfway, 8, last 2 to each side, 9, and 10. Whew. That was round 2. Feel free to drop those glutes down to your heels, doing a little bit of a child's pose stretch. A few rocks side to side. We have 2 more rounds to go for our upper body here. Grab that water if you need it. We'll start in about 15 more seconds. So if you haven't already, transition back to that nice seated position. Core is engaged, lengthening through that spine. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switch side in 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. Take that breather. Transition to all fours. One more exercise for round 3. We're gonna start in about 10 seconds. So take that time. Make any last minute adjustments you need to. Starting in 3, 2, 1, let's work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, almost there. 9 and 10. Great job. Shake it out. We have one more round to go for our upper body. And then we're going to be moving on to our trunk. We're going to be working our core and our back. So we're working that whole trunk area today. Shake those shoulders out. We're going to start in 10 seconds. Get that nice posture first. In 3, 2, 1. Pressing overhead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Switching sides. 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job. Set that weight off to the side. We have one more exercise to go for this superset. So feel free to transition. That last one. Here we go. We're gonna start in 5, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more. Each side. And relaxing out of that. We have 2 more exercises to go. One last superset. For this last superset, we're going to be working our abs as well as our back, focusing that whole trunk area today. We're going to start with our ab exercise first. For this one, we're going to be doing a bent knee leg lift. A couple of variations for this one. We are going to be laying flat on our back. I want you to keep your head, shoulders, and your back flat on the ground. We're going to lift our legs up into this nice tabletop position. Legs are in that 90-degree angle. From here, you can keep your hands off to the side, or you can place them right underneath your hips, under those glutes, to give your lower back a little bit more support. From here, we're just going to lower, tap those heels, and lift. We're only lowering as far as we can, keeping our back nice and flat. We're going to do 10 of these ones. So go ahead, get ready, get in position, laying on your back. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Making sure we're breathing. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Relax out of that. We are going to roll over, and we are going to be on our stomach for this next exercise. We just worked the front. Now we're going to work the back. We're going to go into some Supermans. For our Superman lift, we're going to be laying flat on our stomach. Your legs can have a little bit of space maybe about hip to shoulder width apart. We're gonna have our arms straight out in front of us as well. Your head can start right on the ground. We're going to lengthen first. And then from here, all we're going to do is lift our hands and legs up off the ground, reaching as far out as you can, and then lower. So we lift up and reach, and then lower back down. We're going to do 10 reps here as well, starting in 3, 2, 1, and reaching up and up, lowering down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Relaxing out of that. You can feel free to push on back to that child's pose once again. We are going to go into round 2 in just 30 seconds. So you can slowly maneuver your way back to your back. We'll start up with round 2 in just a little bit. Just as a reminder for this one, hands can be off to the side or underneath those hips, underneath those glutes for some support for that low back. We're going to start in 10 seconds. So lift those legs up, get ready. In 3, 2, 1, keeping that back flat. Tap those heels and lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Feel free to shake it out. You can do a few side to side knee rock. Rolling over to our stomach. Transitioning to our Superman lifts. Just as a reminder for our Superman lifts, we are only lifting up as high as we can, but first, we're focusing on getting as much length and reach out before we reach up and off the ground. So it's okay if it's a little bit of a struggle. Maybe you can only get your arms off, maybe just your feet. The goal is just to get a little bit higher each time, working on small improvements. We're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Reach out, lifting up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great work. Taking your time, making your way back to your back, grabbing that water if you need it. We have 2 more rounds to go for this superset. We're halfway through. All right, feel free to lay on back. Take your time. Maybe do a little bit of a double knee hug. Get a little bit of a stretch in. We're gonna start in 10 seconds. In 5, 3, 2, 1. We lower and lift 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Relaxing out of that. Rolling over to our stomach. Reaching out with our arms and legs. A little bit of space between those legs. We'll start in 10 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, reach out and then lift up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more here. And relaxing out of that. Little bit of a breather. We have one more round to go for these 2 exercises. And then we'll get a little bit of a stretch in as well. So feel free to lay on back. We're going to start in 10 seconds. In 3, 2, 1, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. One last exercise to go. Rolling over to our stomach. We'll start in 15 seconds, and then we'll do a little bit of a stretch afterwards. Reaching those arms out, reaching those legs out. We're gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Reaching out and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great job. Slowly pushing on up to our hands and knees. We're going to start first with just some gentle rocks side to side. So you're going to have your hands underneath those shoulders. You can be in a fist position if you need to. But we're just going to gently rock our shoulders and hips side to side. Trying to get the muscles to relax. One more rock to each side. Back to center. Going into my absolute favorites, our cat-cows. Tucking our chin to our chest, rounding our back. Tucking that tailbone. Dropping that chest. Lifting that chin, lifting that tailbone. Let's do one more here. Slowly lifting that chest up. Bring one leg forward. We're going to do a little bit of a hip flexor stretch next. Pressing those hips forward, opening up that back hip. Hands are resting on top of your thighs. You can also do this one in a standing lunge as well. One more deep breath here. Switching sides, bringing that other leg forward, pressing those hips forward, deepening that lunge, opening up that hip flexor on the other side. One last deep breath. Slowly making your way back to standing. And that is all of the exercises I have for you all today. Give yourself a big pat on the back. Great work. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you all have a great rest of your day.